Hello and welcome to Centurion Gord, and today we are reviewing some new bits from Aliexpress, and finally we can get hold of the clone troopers in the UK. Now, I purchased these about a week ago and they're already here in my grubby little mitts, and yeah, I'm happy to see that. I think it was about early October that they stopped shipping over into the UK, so I'm kind of glad that they have actually done it. You know, they actually got around to shipping, and I think most of the guys in Europe as well have been saying that they've been able to get hold of them as well, which is really nicely. So in here, as I said on that video, I actually purchased a couple of the wolfpack. As you can see, they come in the standard wrapping here. These actually come from Royal Mail in the UK. They were using Every before, so I'm happy that they have gone through the Royal Mail route, to be honest with you. Even though I never really had a problem with Every, but Every sometimes they just didn't want to deliver, even though they would take a picture of the front of my place where I live to say that it was inaccessible. However, you know, there's no way they can get into the place. But yeah, so looking pretty cool here. Got in a nice sturdy box as usual. And to be honest, I can't remember which ones I picked up. I thought there was only 2 available for the wolf pack. Shows you how long I've been out of it, but there's actually 4, but I've only picked up 2 so at the moment. So we'll pop these out here. So nice sturdy box. We've got the bubble wrap around on these guys as well. So I will find a little bit of plastic tap holding these down and unraveling here. So we have got the I think that's the standard wolf pack guy here. I think might have to go and double confirm it. And we have got Comet as well, looking both really cool. They both got the same kind of blaster here. Yeah, they both got both blasters, which is pretty cool. So let's quickly just open up this guy like so, and yeah, looking pretty cool. I really like these details and stuff on there as well. And I'm gonna just quickly unwrap this one and we can see what this guy looks like up close before going off and putting for their paces. And yeah, again, looking really nice on there. I'm going to go away and just double confirm. I'm sure this is just a standard wolfpack grunt, but I'm going to go away and just double confirm on that one and put these guys through their paces and poses, and we'll see you in a moment. Been away, and I can safely say that this one here is Sinker. I still yet to get the grunt, and there's also Boost available online. So here we have Sinker and Comet, and they both looking pretty cool. Since we last started collecting them, they have had a few slightly upgrades. Not that they've got the new upgrades with the swivel shoulders and stuff what the new clone troopers have, but they have actually started ungluing the helmets here, so you can actually just easily peel these off. And on the inside, we just has a nice white head of Tamara Morrison, so you can actually do some customizations and stuff on there. So you don't have to chip up the helmet, you don't have to peel it off and stuff like that. So I don't know whether if the old ones of the old 501st might start going down this way if they update it at the factory, or that the other ones will always be glued. I'm not too sure, but yeah, I'm liking this new way forward. It's definitely a vast improvement in my eyes. So yeah, looking at these guys, obviously they are exactly the same what have been before, but we will do a kind of overhaul review just in case you're new to the channel and see these are available once again. So they both come with their sort of standard blasters. They got a DC carbine and they both come with a DC rifle, as you can see them holding here, all in the gloss plastic. All the details are there really nicely, and they hold it pretty cool in the hands. I always feel like this hand is slightly too small to actually hold it as a trigger, but nonetheless, when they're on the shelf, you're not really going to see on that one. And then this one has the DC carbine as well, so you can see all those details in there. They're not made of a flimsy plastic, but sometimes they are and sometimes they aren't, so I guess it's kind of what quality plastic they have at the time in the factory. But taking these out, we can actually have a nice closer look at their articulation, and with that, these guys can turn left, he can turn right, he can look down this far, he can look back as well. He's got nice movement around out the head here, full rotation at the arm, comes up to it comes up a little bit higher. this bit's coming up. There we go. In there, got a nice butterfly joint in there as well. It's nice and loose as well inside. You not feel like you're really pulling on the actual joints as well, like some of the Marvel Legends of late. We've got rotation and an elbow bend here at the elbow, rotation at the wrist, and then we also got the hinge as well. Diaphragm, left, right, he can crunch back as well. Legs wise, come up this way, forward, back, upper thigh rotation there. We've got lower knee rotation as well, and we've got that knee cut as well, and then the rocker and the pivot at the ankle. So all in all the new articulation that we do have from the Clone Troopers, apart from that new swivel that they have put up the shoulders here. But yeah, lo and behold, it has got all that in there. With Comet as well, you can actually take off his helmet, and it's the same head that's on the inside as well. So these guys will always be displaying the same one. It would be quite nice to have some like random clone heads with the bald ones or the one with the hair and stuff. But yeah, looking at the details on these guys though, which is where you will be buying these for, because you're just looking for them for the looks. And that helmet, just bring that light around a little bit more, but that helmet looks fantastic. Look at that cut in there on the actual print as well. Those little red dots around on the top, on that sort of like a little bead there in the top of the head and coming around. The only thing I would notice on this, where the helmets are not blued, their chins are always sort of slowly poking out from the bottom, so maybe a little bit of black paint underneath there wouldn't go amiss. We've got the little blue tube stripes on there as well, and all those sort of peaks coming around to the back of his helmet as well. And on there we've got the insignia of the Wolfpack, looking pretty cool. A little bit of kind of like blister in there on his paintwork, but no other kind of smudges or anything around it, just plain white all the way down and down to his shins as well, looking at the same, pretty much the same design on the other guy here. The grey is slightly an off because of the different rubber texture on his shoulder, on his elbow pads there, but apart from that, it's looking pretty cool. And we can just poke him over to this side and just stand him up, and then we have a closer look at this one. And the helmet again, it's just got that Wolfpack insignia on the top there. We even got the different light greys. They didn't even go across with just one standard grey, and we have the black brow as well. You know, Hasbro, like what they would do here, they would literally just put that as all one grey around on there, and probably wouldn't even bother with those little blue tube stripes that he has on his helmet. So yeah, looking really nice around on here and around. And again, it's exactly the same design as Comet all over, but yeah, looking pretty cool. So we can pop these two just on the one side, and then I did take a picture with him around, and then I can bring in Commander Wolf as well. We can actually compare their greys. So here he is. Now I have actually done a little bit of a paint job on Wolf. I never updated his grey, so comparing these two together, it's just a bit more of a darker shine on there. It looks a lot more kind of dark compared to this one. It's more of a sort of a lighter grey, but when you're putting them together, I mean, if you're going to sort of weather these guys up, you probably won't even notice. And yeah, this one has a removable helmet as well. What I was kind of thinking is, like, looking at these guys, if you really want to upgrade your Commander Wolf or make a custom Wolf, the actual details is pretty much exactly the same. You haven't got this part here, but it's already grey. All you would have to do is probably like grey off his arm guards and then add on those extra little spikes around on the back of his cuff. But apart from that, the actual back plates and stuff are all pretty much the same. And I did do a helmet swap as well earlier. The helmets pretty much do fit on each other, but because he's got a higher part on there, this one always looks like its neck is a little bit too high. But if you wanted to, you could always Dremel out that helmet a little bit more, or even Dremel down the neck, so his neck was a little bit lower. So when you took off this, he had a bit of a smaller neck on that part there. But yeah, the helmets do fit on perfect as well. I almost pretty much feel it's near enough the same sculpt, to be honest, on those parts. So yeah, looking pretty cool. But we're adding to the Wolf squad, which is final, and definitely a thing that's always needed to be added. And I get that Hasbro have updated their clones. I understand that these are a little bit out of date now, but I'd rather just more paintwork of this. I'd just rather this detail and this kind of an addition to your clone troopers as regular as these guys that have been making them is fantastic. But yeah, so yeah, here's to more, and I'm so happy that these are back in the UK that is for sure. And then here's my phase 1 Comet as well to coincide with these guys, so looking pretty cool. So thank you for joining this one. Don't forget, you can comment down below, you can subscribe, you can ding the bell, you can follow me on Instagram, and you can join the channel for 99p or 99 cents for wherever you're from in the UK. And until next time, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.